the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yep.
Right, but you just said that the heathen won't know the Lord until we're sanctified and gathered out of them. So how can these heathen know the Lord unless Ezekiel got it wrong?
No.
Did Ezekiel get it wrong? Did he mean the Israelites and the heathen, or what?
No, so again, you have the heathens knowing the Lord. You have a whole millennium, right? You have a millennium reign. So for 1,000 years, Christ is going to rule. The nations, it literally says the nations are going to keep the faith in Christ and have the ways of the Lord, and they're going to walk in the light of it. Does that show that the Most High can't deal with individuals? Absolutely not. This is Acts chapter 10, verse 30, Verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth, I perceive that Elohim is no respecters of persons, right? Or Allah. But in every nation, he that fear him and work righteousness is accepted with him, right? So that's just clear, and that's just clear cut as day, that the other nations, the Most High is no respecter of persons. That
Yeah,
you do
but
got some right now of the nations, just like the other nations of Israel, you still have people of Israel that's able to believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua the same way. It's the same way.
all right, but we see here Acts 2 and 5, it says, and they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. So
Right.
these Gentiles aren't being spoken of, these other nations. These Gentiles are the Jews that are amongst these other nations, amongst these Gentiles.
Yeah, it says Jews out of Goyim, right? So you got Yahweh out of Goyim, right? That's all literally that's going on there, out of the nations. So you have Jews coming out of the nations to keep custom at Pentecost. That's something that they were doing during the time of Christ as well. Christ went to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The apostles knew the mission. Then he went with Cornelius after already dealing with the northern southern kingdom and told him how it was an unlawful thing to be there. And now, hey, this is me gathering in Gentiles. It says by his mouth, by Peter's mouth. How could it be by Peter's mouth that the Gentiles could be brought in when, according to you, Christ already went to Gentile Israelites? So it wouldn't have been by Peter's mouth, but we could clearly see
Christ,
that these Gentiles
Christ,
right here
you said
are
Christ.
clear Gentiles.
Hold on.
As a matter of fact,
You said that I said it. You said that I said that Christ went to the Gentiles already? What you mean?
according to you, did Christ not teach the lost sheep of the house of Israel?
He taught the Jews, and according, he didn't go anywhere
Who are the
but to the
Samaritans?
Israelites.
So
Huh?
who are the Samaritans? Who are the Samaritans?
The Samaritans,
Samaritans.
the Samaritans, that was being ruled by another nation. There was a remnant of Israelites, a remnant of the northern kingdom that was living in there,
There we
but
go.
that was taken over by another nation.
Right. So the Samaritans would they be lost sheep of the house of Israel or not?
They were Israelites among the Samaritans and among these other nations.
Right. So Peter already was privy to teach the northern and southern kingdom, correct?
Yeah, but you said Christ went and talked to them. He didn't. Christ told them, don't go of the way of the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So are you saying that Christ didn't go to Samaria?
What I'm saying is Christ told them, go not to the way of the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right. He didn't tell it to Paul, he told that to the apostles. Christ went, we literally see Christ dealing with the Samaritan woman in John 4, right?
We see him dealing with the Canaanite woman, the Samaritan woman, but the Samaritan woman was an Israelite. Let's go to that. The Samaritan woman.
So Peter was privy of teaching already the northern and southern kingdom, right? Correct. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong or right. I need to know if Peter was already an understanding that he could teach the northern southern kingdom.
The lost sheep of the house of Israel consists of the northern and the southern kingdom.
Peter already knew that they should already have the gospel, right?
Who should have the gospel?
The northern and southern kingdom.
Yes.
He was already privy. So if Peter is already privy that they can have the gospel, why would the Most High send Peter a vision to teach Cornelius?
Cornelius is an Israelite.
But why would he give him a vision to do that?
Because Cornelius needed to learn. That's why. I don't even understand.
Yeah. Huh?
I don't even understand what you're trying to say here. What are you trying to say?
Well,
Why did he give Cornelius a vision that
no.
he got to go and teach Cornelius?
Why would the Father give Peter a vision to go deal with a so-called Israelite named Cornelius? You believe Cornelius is an Israelite of the, I don't know if it, what the kingdom is Cornelius from.
All right.
I guess we don't know. So Cornelius is some Israelite, and for some reason Peter needs a vision to go teach his own people. Why would the Most High God give Peter a vision, and then Peter doubting himself what it means, and then tell this to Cornelius? What did he say in verse 28? And he said,
What?
you know how it's an unlawful thing for a
What?
man that's a Jew. Go
What
ahead.
in 28? Where are you going?
Acts 10 and 28.
Okay.
It says, and he said unto them, you know how it's an unlawful thing for a man that's a Jew to keep company or coming to one of another nation, but God have showed me I should not call any man common or unclean. Why would Peter in the world state this to Cornelius when he just dealt, according to what you broke down at Pentecost, the Israelites from all these nations of heaven? Why didn't he say, hey man, y'all know how it's unlawful for y'all to even be here right now? Why he ain't do that? Why would he tell Cornelius, I had to get a vision concerning the Gentiles? You know how it's unlawful for me to even be here. But yet, that didn't happen in Pentecost. As a matter of fact, that didn't even happen in Acts 9. I mean, in Acts the 8th chapter when he was in Samaria dealing with the northern kingdom.
But these man that's any man common or unclean, this is dealing with the children of Israel.
Huh?
The people, it says, the reason why he can't, it says, and he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation, right? We shouldn't be doing that, but we got Jews amongst these other nations, right? But God have showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
When did he
These
show?
Jews that's among these other nations, he can't be calling them common or unclean.
Well, when did he show Peter that? When did Peter so-called now get the understanding that he could go deal with the other tribes of Israel? When did Peter get that understanding? Since he's saying now that, well, God showed me this. When did he get that understanding? Because Peter has been already teaching the northern southern kingdom. So why would Peter lie to Cornelius to say, well, look, man, God showed me that now I shouldn't call any man common or unclean? Well, that would be alarming because Peter was already teaching the northern southern kingdom.
Matthew 10 and 5, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So this is why they're saying that we can't call any man common or unclean. I mean, we got to go to these Israelites as lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But when did God
Cornelius,
show him that?
huh?
When did God show him that?
Which means Christ
When did
told the
Christ show Peter that? When did he show him that it was okay to not call any man common or unclean and go to them?
I'm showing you right here.
Where?
He's saying, go not into the way into the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right. So why did Peter tell Cornelius that God had to show him that it was okay for him to deal with him?
Because Cornelius is an Israelite. Let me go there. Let me go here
Yeah,
to
but Peter
Acts
should
10.
have needed, but why would Peter need a vision to deal with this people that he was already teaching before Christ died? Before Christ died, Peter already knew that the northern southern kingdom could be saved and be brought into the covenant, but yet Peter needs a vision to go teach the same people, which you said is Cornelius. Mind you, in Acts 8, let me get Acts 8 and 24. Look at what it says here. Acts 8 and 24. Then answered Simeon and said, pray ye unto the Lord for me, that none of these things which ye have spoke come unto me. And they, when they had testified and preached the word of the Lord, returned to Jerusalem and preached the gospel in many villages of the Samaritans. Right? So before Acts 10, Peter is already dealing with the Samaritans. Peter already knew that the Samaritans could be saved, so that covers the northern southern kingdom. Acts 8 and 20 says this. But Peter said unto him, thy money perish with thee, because thou hast thought that the gift of God could be purchased with money. But thou hast neither part nor lot in this matter, for thy heart is not right in the sight of God. Repent therefore of thy wickedness, and pray to God if perhaps the thought of thine heart may be forgiven. This is all dealing with and happening with the Samaritans, bro. So why would Peter then go to Cornelius and say, well, God have showed me I shouldn't call any man or common or unclean, and I can deal with y'all now, when he was already doing that with the northern southern kingdom? It wouldn't make any sense.
Listen, let me find what I'm looking for.
Con, why you getting that, man? I just wanted to just re-go over that. We having a conversation about Peter dealing with Cornelius. Now, Peter told Cornelius, and I'll just read this in Acts 10. So in Acts 10, Peter says, it says he saw a vision evidently about the ninth hour, and the angel coming. Now that's Cornelius. Salakia. Acts chapter 10, verse 11. And he saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending unto him, and it had been a great sheet knit at the corners, the four corners that let down to the earth, wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. And there came a voice unto him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything common or unclean. And the voice spoke unto again the second time, What God has cleansed, call not thou coming. This was done 3 times and was received up again into heaven. While Peter doubted in himself which the vision which he had seen he should mean, behold, 3 men from Cornelius' house went to meeting. Now, while it's Peter doubted in himself which the vision which he had seen should mean, look at what it says right here, right? Acts 10 and 25. And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met down and fell at his feet and worshipped him. That's what heathens do. Verse 26. But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, I am also a man myself. And as he talked with him, he went in and found many that was come together. And he said unto them, You know how it's unlawful for a man that's a Jew to keep company or come of one of to another nation. When Peter said this, he's speaking to Cornelius, a non-Israelite, when he's saying this. He didn't tell this to the Samaritans. Peter didn't tell this to not one Israelite. He didn't even rekindle this same speech at Pentecost, right? And it says from all nations that they came. But he says, But God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. That's what he says there. And I want to read this real quick. Real quick. Because this is something we got to understand that happened
Hold
here.
on. Before
Go ahead.
move on, can I respond to something?
Go ahead.
You said that he Cornelius fell to his knees and worshipped him. Was Obadiah a heathen?
It's a form of praise and worship that the heathens will be doing to the house of Israel. That's heathen activity. Yes, absolutely. What I'm saying, I'm not hanging my hat on and even saying that's why he's a heathen. That's stupid. What I'm saying is we have a cohesive amount of evidence and hermeneutics to see that Peter already dealt with the northern southern kingdom. So Peter wouldn't have been disillusioned that the northern southern kingdom could be saved. He wouldn't have been disillusioned about that. He wouldn't have needed a vision in Acts the 10th chapter to say, hey, you know how it's an unlawful thing for me to come around, but God showed me. Well, when did God show you, Peter? Because God just gave you a damn vision, and you doubted in yourself what the vision that he gave you meant. Then people are teaching, well, yeah, Peter needed a vision to go teach that children of Israel. He forgot the mission. Why did Peter get the vision is my question to you. What was the reason Peter needed a vision?
Are you holding that to say that Cornelius is a heathen? That's the purpose of you
Cornelius is a
holding on to that?
heathen. So I'm asking, yeah, Peter, I'm saying this. Peter was not disillusioned. He wouldn't have needed a vision to go teach the house of Israel that he was already teaching 20 years prior of Christ dying. He wouldn't have needed that. So why are you saying that Peter got that vision and told some Gentiles that it was unlawful for him to be around them, but God is now showing him he can go into them even though he was already teaching the northern southern kingdom?
Because he was an Israelite that was a officer in the army of the Rome.